reading you can. Years ago, I heard a story about a circus elephant. As a baby, it was tied to a small wooden stake in the ground. It tried to pull free, but the chain was too strong. Over a period of time, it stopped trying. Even after growing into a massive elephant capable of uprooting the trees, it never tried to pull free because in its mind, the chain still controlled it. This story stuck with me, not because I want to be an elephant, but I realized we are all tied to some invisible chains in our lives, especially in business. Vanakkam, I'm Arthi Raguram, founder Deyga, a natural skincare brand that has spread its wings across Erode to Euro. I'm here to walk you through my humble journey. When I started my brand, Deyga, people said, you need a certain degree to be successful. You need a sad story behind the brand so that you seek attention. You have to follow what the bigger brands are doing. Customers wouldn't buy from you if your products don't look premium. There were rules I was expected to follow, but something didn't sit right. Why did natural skincare need artificial preservatives? Why didn't brands disclose complete ingredients on their labels? Why would I have to follow rules written by someone somewhere who literally had no vision about my ideas? So I did the unthinkable. I broke the rules for Deyga. The 3 rules I broke to build my brand. Rule number 1, the idea of perfection. When I started Deyga, I made my first batch of skincare in a table corner at my house. No fancy machines, no glossy packaging, just pure handcrafted, authentic blend of nature. People said, your products has to look perfect, only then the customers would buy. Because customers are drawn to sleek packaging, bright colors, and synthetic fragrances. I asked, who decided this? I still had acne when I started Deyga, and people said your skin has to look perfect, only then you can sell skincare. I still had the same question, who decided this? When I made products with ingredients that I could eat, like beetroot, aloe vera, cucumber, turmeric, and more, people judged my formulation. They questioned my formulation. I still remember in an exhibition where I put up a stall, people walked towards me, took my handmade bath bar, sniffed it, left it behind, and walked away. Because the handmade bath bar that I made didn't have the fancy synthetic fragrances. They didn't question the product I made, they questioned my honesty. So, the worst part, I remember a mother of a 3-year-old reaching out to us, asking for a skin whitening product for the little baby. That literally broke me. These questions consumed me. I decided to challenge the system. I started educating people on what natural skincare truly means. In the beginning, it was difficult. Yes, years of conditioning don't change overnight, right? So later, something incredible happened. People who used Deyga felt the roots of India. They fell in love with the authenticity. They fell in love with the purity. They fell in love with the honesty. They shared it with your friends and family. And we started becoming popular. Trust me, in the beginning, we had no marketing, no publicity stunts, purely by word of mouth we grew. If those customers who bought from me for the first time had not become our brand ambassadors, I wouldn't be standing right here in front of you. A big bow to them. As well, we got to believe that real was not enough. People believe that we have to change ourselves. All that I had was a question, aren't we all beautiful just the way we are? Can we all take a moment to appreciate about how we are and the privilege that we have rather than trying to change? Rule number 2, scaling fast is equal to success. Today's world, people are obsessed with speed. Scale fast, raise funding, grow aggressively. I agree, speed is commendable, but I had a different perspective. I thought, why should success be rushed? Of course, I wanted to grow, but not at the cost of my values. So I did something that is very important. Rather than focusing on scaling faster, I focused on something important and stronger: building relationships. I spoke to the customers directly. I listened to their skin concerns personally. We made products based on what they wanted and not the what market dictated. Big brands were focusing on profits. We focused on people. Big brands were spending millions on ads. We relied on word of mouth. Of course, the beginning, the growth was slow but steady. Customers who bought from us for the first time became our regular customers. They also became the biggest support system for Deyga. And the best part, people who advised me to scale the business faster today come to me asking how I built such a loyal community. To them, I proudly smile and say, people over profits. Rule number 3, being your own boss is equal to freedom. Many of us here dream of being our own boss. It sounds glamorous. Freedom, support, control and success. But let me tell you the truth. Being your own boss comes with the darker side. They say you're not answerable to anyone. That's a lie. I repeat, that's a lie. You're not answerable to one, you're answerable to thousands. Your customers, your employees, your responsibilities. I remember the nights when I lost my sleep over a single order. Days when I felt, what if I've made a huge mistake? Moments when I wondered, I should have taken a safe path. But here is what I realized. The price of freedom is success. When you work for your own self, everything is personal. But when you work for someone else, failure isn't personal. So when you think of being your own boss, be ready to come out of your comfort zone. If I had to choose between working for someone else or struggling with my own, I would choose struggle every single time, because success isn't about the comfort, it's about the conviction. We are all tend to follow rules because it makes things easier. But the real question is, who wrote those rules and does that really work for you? The elephant that I said in the beginning would have broken free any time, but it didn't because it believed it couldn't. Likewise, we also get conditioned to believe that we cannot do things differently. We feel we have to fit into the mold, follow the system. But what if we don't? I built my brand without following the rules, not because I wanted to rebel, but I believed there was a different way. So if you have to take one thing from this talk today, let it be this. You need not follow someone else to do something commendable in your lives. Sometimes, if it takes to break the rule, do it. Do it to make it in your own way. And also, ask yourself 2 questions. Which invisible chain are you still tied to? What will happen if you break free? Thank you.